so we can play. Bunny, want to ride my new bike?
No, thanks.
Telephone, Bunny.
Take a message, please.
No one can say no to Quick. Say, Bunny, want some Quick?
Great. I'll get it. I've got it. Oh, Quick is so rich.
And thick.
And milk chocolatey. That was good. Oh, since you're not playing...
Nestle Quick Chocolate flavor. No one can say no to Quick.
I want straight answers, DNN. What's with this new money market investment?
Okay, DNN. Can I really get money market rates and insurance, too?
Look, DNN, do I have to tie up my money?
Here are straight answers. Our new Money Management Plus gives you money market rates, easy access to your money, plus insurance, all with a balance of $2,500. Ask about Money Management Plus. You'll get straight answers. Here's our word on it.
What have you got there?
Burrito.
That all?
Got a drink.
Oh, you've got more than that.
Oh, really?
You've got Taco Bell's Burrito Supreme. It's packed with seasoned ground beef, real cheddar cheese. Nearly every good thing Taco Bell has.
Is that right?
You know, you should have ordered a regular taco, too.
How come?
It's only 19 cents when you buy a Burrito Supreme and a medium-sized drink.
19 cents.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me.
Where are you going?
I have to get my taco.
Ooh, what a difference! Taco Bell! Taco Bell makes ooh!
Live from TV 12, this is 12 News at 6 with Mid-Michigan's award-winning news team.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Bill Harris.
And I'm Karen Owens. What's the best solution to the problems facing Saginaw County's emergency medical system?
That's a question getting a lot of attention lately. As Mike Avery reports tonight, it appears there's been a step in the right direction, but not everyone is going along.
The plan submitted by the medical community is in the form of two options. One, a long-range solution that would rely on a county millage for funding. Realistically, that plan is not expected to be adopted in these economic times. The second option would basically maintain the system as it is now, but with a few key changes.
Would call for the establishment of a 9-member ambulance management council that would have control over all of the pre-hospital emergency services in Saginaw County.
In the past, that responsibility has not necessarily been in the hands of the medical community. The proposal was signed by all the hospital and ambulance companies except two, St. Mary's Hospital and EMS of Saginaw. St. Mary's attempted to submit a plan of their own, but the County Human Services Committee rejected that request, saying they wanted one unified proposal. A spokesman for St. Mary's says that's not out of the question yet.
I feel that we can come up with one draft that we can all agree on.
And the group has agreed to continue meeting on the matter. The current contract expires Friday, but will be extended as long as needed.
Commission members did receive what they asked for today, a consensus agreement with the support of the majority. Whether or not there will ever be an agreement with everyone's support remains to be seen. In Saginaw County, Mike Avery, TV 12 News.
Time is slipping away to avert tomorrow's strike at Bay Medical Center. Nurses met with hospital administrators and a federal mediator today, but a news blackout has been imposed and nothing is known about the meeting. Another session has been set for tomorrow. A deadline for a settlement has been set at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. While contract talks for some 2,600 Dow Chemical hourly production workers continue on a daily basis, contingency plans are being put together in the event of a steelworkers union strike. Midland City and county law enforcement people are spending 2 days talking with Dow and the union separately about how a strike would be handled. They've discussed crowd control, plant security, prevention of violence, and the like during the informal meetings Friday and today. Neither Dow nor the union will comment on the status of the talks. The current agreement expires February 14th. Negotiators representing UAW members at the GM truck plant in Flint will go back to the table with management tomorrow to try to iron out a local contract. Talks between UAW Local 598 and GM had broken off last year, leaving the local as one of the few in this area without a new pact. Local 598 President Ron Perkins says the union is interested in guaranteeing more job security for its members. GM has said it will continue to close or consolidate some of its plants when needed.
It's happening right now, but there are no reliable figures yet on how many participants are taking part in the nationwide truckers' strike. Ralph Robinson is standing by live now with a report on how that strike is affecting us here in mid-Michigan. Ralph?
Here in Bridgeport, which seems to be the hub for a lot of drivers, it's pretty obvious that a lot of drivers are on strike. It's been slow here all day, and the drivers I talk to say it's going to be a lot slower as soon as they can drop their last load and get off the road.
Well, if everybody sticks together, it might do some good. And a lot of guys I've talked to aren't going to run. After tonight, as soon as we get home, we're shutting it off.
So I'm fixing to pick up the load now. I'm going home, and then I'm quitting until the strike's over.
Independent truckers haul most of the nation's food and steel, but they say it isn't worth it if they have to put up with the highway and fuel taxes passed by Congress last month. What the tax increase will do is raise the price of fuel by 9 cents per gallon. The sales tax on heavy tractors and trailers would increase by 12%, and user fees would increase. The additional taxes would cost the average trucker $5,200 on the average annually. A lot of truckers say the taxes will put them out of business. They also say going on strike will hurt them as well, but they fear what the others will do to them if they don't stay off the road.
I guess everybody else does, I have to. Like my company right now sent me to get a load to take to New York. And I'm not going to do it.
I spent 8 years in the Marine Corps. If that's the way it's got to be, that's the way it's got to be. But I hate to see my own people start shooting at me from up above bridges and stuff, but got to feed my family.
So that's pretty much the way things stand. We understand that the independent truck driver leaders feel that they've had about a 50 to 75% success rate with the strike today, and they expect the strike to last somewhere between 3 to 4 days. Karen?
Thanks, Ralph. Civil defense officials in Genesee County are conducting a survey of residents living near the Berlin and Faro toxic dump site to find out what special needs they have in case of an evacuation. The governor is expected to order on Wednesday an evacuation of nearby residents so the state can clean up several hundred barrels believed to contain cyanide and hydrochloric acid. The initial guess was 30 homes would be involved, but the new estimate is double that. 60 homes may have to be evacuated so state police can better secure the area during the evacuation. Once the cyanide threat is over and toxic sludges are emptied from the lagoon at the dump site, there's still the long-term problem of possible groundwater contamination. Testing of private wells has shown no contamination so far, but DNR Director Howard Tanner says it'll remain a possibility for some time to come.
There is contaminated soil and there is movement towards the groundwater, in the groundwater, of contaminants. We have to make sure that we can describe those and that we can address those. We have now a safety barrier between the wells that are being used and the contamination. And we've got time to address the problem, but we must address it.
Tanner says the most cost-effective method in the long run may be to provide an outside source of water for nearby residents.
Baby Doe, the child of a Lansing surrogate mother, underwent blood tests today to determine its father. The alleged father, who lives in New York, had agreed to pay the mother and her husband $10,000 for bearing that child. But now Alexander Malahoff claims the baby isn't his and has filed a $15 million lawsuit against the couple. Results of the blood tests are expected Monday. Malahoff says he may still put up the child for adoption, even if blood tests show he is the father. The social worker says the baby is mentally retarded, although it's not known to what extent.
Planned Parenthood officials in Flint say they are going to fight with every means available a new federal regulation which will force them to tattle on minors receiving birth control devices. That announcement came today from Planned Parenthood officials in the local YWCA. Kathy Shafran has details.
Will they be effective right away? Not for the first month.
Local Planned Parenthood officials estimate they counsel about 1,500 minors a year, like this girl, at one of their 4 clinics in Genesee and Shiawassee counties, girls who come to them for birth control information and contraceptive devices. Many of them come only with the assurance of confidentiality by clinic officials, but a federal regulation scheduled to take effect February 25th will force clinics using federal dollars to break that pledge of secrecy, informing the minor client before treatment that her parent will have to be notified of the services. It's a regulation which is wholeheartedly supported by some local parents.
They're telling the kids it's okay to have sex. Now, maybe that family has said, I don't want you to have sex outside of marriage. Gives any organization the right to say to my child, hey, if you want to become sexually active, you come on.
But at a press conference this morning in Flint, local Planned Parenthood officials announced they would do everything possible to fight the regulation. Not only are they joining a class action suit to try and legally block the regulation, They're also looking for other ways to continue servicing clients confidentially to prevent what they see as a potential family planning crisis.
What will happen is that teenagers will not go to clinics to obtain birth control, and they'll continue to be sexually active.
And in the long run, Peck says that just means more teenage abortions, teenage pregnancies, and higher ADC costs. The local agency, therefore, is pledging to continue servicing minors in confidence, even if that means having to find private funds to substitute for what now is 50% federal funding. In Flint, Kathy Shaffron, TV 12 News.
Coming up, Chuck Farrell begins a week-long series on cancer and the researchers looking into its mysteries. And from our sports department, how Mid-Michigan fans reacted to the outcome of the Super Bowl. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Portions of 12 News at 6 are being brought to you by Blaine Buick, by Wendy's Old-Fashioned Hamburgers, and by Lynn Prince Photo Processing.
Ralph Hoppe has something special, something that puts him head and shoulders above other salesmen. He's got a company behind him with a reputation that's unsurpassed. Blaine Buick, a name that people have come to know for quality service and value. Like this beautiful 1983 Blaine Buick Skylark, now just $69.95. At Blaine Buick, you get extra value at no extra cost every day.
And deals to believe in.
Blaine Buick on Clio Road, Flint.
You want something better, yeah, that's just your point of view. Wendy's taco salad is one great meal for you. It's full of lettuce and tomatoes, taco chips and cheese. It's topped with Wendy's chili for a meal that's bound to please. That's why you're Wendy's kind of people. You want something better, you're Wendy's kind of people.
If you care about your pictures, you'll flip over Kodak paper. There's only one paper to flip over, Kodak paper. So to help your pictures look their best, come where you see the Kodak paper sign.
And you'll flip. Always ask for Lynn prints. We'll return your prints in this clear plastic case. And if we don't return them when promised, the processing and the prints are yours for free. Always ask for Lynn prints. Next day or free at all participating dealers.
My coffee cup.
A spoonful makes a mugful when it's Maxim.
That's rich.
My cup. A spoonful makes a mugful when it's Maxim.
That's rich.
Compared to this other leading freeze-dried coffee, Maxim concentrates 27% more coffee into every spoonful. Instead of a cup, Maxim makes a mugful.
My cup. A spoonful makes a mugful when it's Maxim.
That's rich.
Maxim, the spoonful rich enough for a mugful.
Governor Blanchard is scheduled to arrive in Flint tonight. It's part of a statewide tour during which the governor will be selling his proposal to cure the state's fiscal ills. Carolyn Wallace is live in the newsroom now with a local response to the proposed 38% income tax hike. Carolyn? Karen, with an estimated budget deficit of $900 million, Governor Blanchard will bring his proposal of an income tax hike, program eliminations, and budget cuts to the city with the nation's highest unemployment. The governor must sell his plan to legislators, and perhaps the best way is through constituents. So he's taking his approach to the road with optimism that the public will understand the problem. In Flint, we asked people if they favored an increase in the income tax and would they encourage lawmakers to support the governor.
We're paying a lot of high tax already. Of course, if this is what it takes to make it better, I'll be willing to go along with it.
Okay. No, I think it is probably necessary. And there's really not much we can do about it at this point, is there?
I think a tax hike is necessary, although the hike that he has, I think it's too high. The tax structure in Michigan did not encourage business, and this is discouraging people to live in Michigan, and that's something that we got to try to raise the money, but not to discourage people from living in Michigan or having business in Michigan. So.
I think that Flint needs it, and I think Michigan needs it, but I also think that the people are just taxed enough right now, and how much more can they take? And when we had the other income tax that they increased, it was supposed to be temporary. How long is temporary? And this one's supposed to be temporary. What are they doing with all the money that they're getting from the lottery?
I think people's taxed enough now, and he's taxing a state that's already broke. So I don't know much about politics, but I don't believe in higher taxes, at least not that much.
I own a small business. I just moved it into town, and they're taxing me to death. I can't afford any more taxes. I don't want any more taxes. Any of the legislators vote for it in my district, I don't vote for them. It's real simple.
The people that we questioned seemed relatively informed on the governor's proposal, and few wandered in their responses. Governor Blanchard will address the Genesee County Board of Commissioners tomorrow, and then it's off to Bay City. Back to you, Bill. I'll take it, Carolyn. At least there are some things to be thankful for. The weather, for example, it could be a lot worse on the last day of January. Jim?
Yes, it could, Karen. As a matter of fact, we've got some pretty nice temperatures out there now, and they're going to get better for the next couple of days, although we've got a little rain.
I've got it, Janie. I've got it. You've got it, all right. You've got Ring Around the Collar.
Janie, it's true. I've tried sprays, powders, and they weren't good enough. Now try Whisk. Whisk does a better job on Ring Around the Collar. And Whisk goes on to get your whole wash clean.
Hi. I'm sorry I said that, Charles. Mom said you did us a favor. No more Ring Around the Collar. Come on.
Whisk gets Ring Around the Collar and your whole wash clean.
NBC Sunday Big Event returns following these messages.
Stay up late and catch the stars on NBC. First, it's TV's greatest, Johnny Carson and The Tonight Show. Then it's Tom and Rona on Tomorrow, Coast to Coast on NBC.
This is NBC News Update. Here is Jessica Savage.
Good evening. Soviet President Brezhnev arrived in Prague today for a meeting of the Czech Communist Party. Sources say that meeting was prompted by the continuing problems in Poland. Defense Secretary Caspar Weinberger said today in London that Brezhnev's emergency trip to Prague underlines the seriousness of the Polish situation. President Reagan's top economic advisor, Murray Wiedenbaum, warned today that Americans should not expect relief from double-digit inflation before the end of the year. And it's all systems go for the space shuttle. The countdown set to begin tonight at 11:30 Eastern Time, with the launching scheduled for this Friday morning. I'm Jessica Savage in New York. More news later on this NBC station.
They know that a home is one of the biggest investments they'll ever make. But do they know about financing, assessments, taxes, escrow, and zoning? We do. Call us.
Muffler Man is growing with service with 3 new locations in Michigan and a new brake department servicing most American, foreign, and ex-body cars. Their factory-trained experts offer this special: front disc brakes, $34.95, including disc pads, repacking wheel bearings, and inspection of rotors, calipers, master cylinder, and seals, plus same-day service. Come into any of the Muffler Man locations for a free brake inspection. Muffler Man Service Center, still Michigan's most complete muffler and exhaust headquarters.
Attention steak lovers, Ponderosa now has a value meal dinner for any budget. Choose from a complete chop steak dinner for only $1.99, a complete ribeye dinner for only $2.89, or our new value meal T-bone dinner for only $3.79.
These include baked potato, roll and butter, and all you can eat from Ponderosa's famous do-it-yourself salad bar.
Ponderosa, I don't know how you do it, but keep on doing it.
Ponderosa, now you do what you do.
An ailing Hawkeye tries to keep a camp epidemic under control tomorrow on TV5.
The Sackets continues, starring Glenn Ford, Ben Johnson, and Sam Elliott.